So, consumers goods are distributed through the different channels of distribution. So, out of those channels, some channels are direct and some are indirect. So, here direct channels means when the manufacturers directly taking responsibility to supply to the consumers. So, these channels are called direct channels, and here in these channels there is no need of services of middleman. So, directly goods tend to flow from manufacturer to the consumers. Here the different ways are there. The manufacturers are opting just to supply goods to the consumers. So, these channels are called direct channels of distribution. Here the direct channels are even fast and economical. These are fast and economical. The producers has a direct control over the channel of distribution. Producers are in direct touch or contact of customers, and they get direct information from the customers. Even the cost which is incurred at the end of middleman, those costs are also reduced, and this way the well established firms and those type of firms which are economically sound, they try to establish their own channels of distribution. So, here direct selling has become increasingly popular due to the increasing competition, and even those producers who want to have a control over the distribution of products and availability of public warehouses, they desire to reduce the dependence on middlemen, then they are establishing the direct channels. Under direct channels, the first channel is door to door salespersons. Door to door salespersons, this is the method under which the manufacturers are hiring the sales personnels, and they train to these sales personnels. These trained sales personnels are they are having a skill just to influence to the buyers. So, they are visiting the residential areas, place of the buyers, and there they make presentation of the products. They satisfy to the buyers, and after their satisfaction they prepare them to purchase the goods. So, this way not only they are selling the goods at present, but they are also in position to create the customers for future. Second one is retail outlet. So, under retail outlet, the big business concerns they are opening their own retail outlet or their own retail shops, retail stores, and the different type of articles which are produced by the manufacturers, they are selling throughout the country through their retail shops, and this way they have their own employees working as salesmen in these shops, and from counter they supply goods to the customers. So, here this way this type of selling is fruitful for both manufacturer as well as to the consumer, because manufacturers are not providing opportunity to make any changes or adding any impurities in the qualities of their products or any imitation of their products, because directly they are bringing to their shop and they are giving to the customers. So, this way this retail outlet is also a very popular method of you can say the selling of goods by the manufacturers. Different type of company like Raymond is opening its showroom. Bata India is there. This way these companies are opening their showrooms, and from there they are selling the products. Third one is catalog selling. Under the catalog selling, the seller is preparing the catalog of their products, manufacturers are preparing, and they are sending to the catalog to the potential buyers. They collect the address of the users through the telephone directories or by any other means. Technical journals are there, so from there they are collecting the name of the consumers, and this way they are preparing a mail address book, and from there on those addresses they are sending the catalogs to the potential buyers. Buyers, they are not required to just to take the decisions quickly. They collect the catalogs, they file these catalogs, and from time to time they used to see the catalogs. Through catalogs they see that if the goods are of their use and of better quality or required quantity is easily available, then they are contacting to these manufacturers or sellers, and they enter into contact, they place the orders, and this way the goods are sold. The next one is telemarketing. Telemarketing is another method of marketing. Under this system of marketing, the goods are demonstrated on television screens. Okay, and when the goods are demonstrated, after demonstration of the goods, the toll free numbers are given, telephone numbers or mobile numbers are given, and on these numbers the customers, those who see that the goods are of reasonable price and is useful to them, then they are placing orders. They are booking their orders on given toll free numbers, and from there the orders are processed, goods are sent to the place of customers, goods are delivered at the door of customers, and at the time of delivery the customers are making payments. Here two methods are there of the making payments. Either the customers can place the orders, along with that they can transfer money, and after that they are getting goods at their home, goods are delivered. Or another method is there, they are placing the orders, manufacturer sends the goods to the place of the buyers, or seller sends the goods to the place of buyers. When the buyers takes the delivery, at the time of taking delivery buyers are making payment. So this is called here telemarketing. The next one is online marketing. Online marketing is a very convenient method of direct selling, because under this system of marketing there is no need of sparing time for marketing. The buyers can see the sites of the sellers or manufacturers where the goods are available, so they can see the goods, they will examine the goods, and after examination of the goods they are comparing the price of the different manufacturers, and then they see when the articles are or goods are appropriate and suitable to them, suiting to them, then they are placing the orders. So here this online marketing is a facility which is available to the customers around the clock, means 24 hours, anytime a customer, whenever getting time, even on the way, even from his home, from his office, from wherever the customer want to place the order, is placing the orders. So this way, this method of sales is very convenient and it is economical, because here the different type of costs of ordering, okay, or the time taken for preparation of orders, the time taken in collecting the orders or processing the orders. So all these times are saved, and this way saving of time itself is saving of money. So this is also a direct channel of distribution. It is useful when there is aggressive selling is required to push up a new product, and when the benefits of the products need to be effectively demonstrated, and also when the specific target customers are there, means target group of the customers are there. For them, the marketing, this online marketing is very favorable marketing. For example, housewives are there and are to be reached easily through the this online marketing. Direct selling has become very popular due to the increasing cost of distribution. So, here the cost is saved and even wide scattered customers are there, wide scattered market is there, cutthroat competition is there. Despite of that, the manufacturers desire to maintain the control over the distribution. So, this way this online marketing is a modern means of marketing. Now, you will see the second onward channels, that is you can say indirect, and under indirect channels the several channels are coming here, that is you can see second, it is given here as manufacturer, retailer and consumer. Manufacturer, retailer, and consumer. The manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. Wholesaler, retailer, consumer. The next one is manufacturer, agent, retailer, consumer. Manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. And last one is, that is manufacturer, agent, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. Manufacturer, agent, wholesaler, seller, retailer, consumer. So, here you can see these different indirect channels are there. Indirect channel you are understanding when the manufacturer is not taking direct responsibility to supply goods to the consumers. In place of direct supplying, the manufacturer hire the middleman, and through the services of middleman, manufacturer try to transfer the goods to the consumers. So, here first one is, that is manufacturer, retailer and consumers. Here the manufacturer produce, in place of hiring the wholesaler, certain type of articles means which are even require less transshipment, and even there services are also needed. So manufacturer generally the customers base are larger and the manufacturer has to supply the goods. So he hire the services of the retailers. Retailers, those who are the big retailers, directly the wholesalers are collecting order from these retailers and supplying goods to the retailers. In turn, retailers are selling goods to the consumers. So this channel of distribution is called here manufacturer, retailer and consumers. So here like big retailers are there, departmental stores are there, supermarkets are there. So these are the chain stores are there, means big retailers are there. So through these big retailers goods are moving to the consumers. The automobiles, home appliances, the ready-made garments are there, shoes are there, perishable products are there. So all these are sold through the this shorter indirect channel of distribution. Second one is manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. Third type of indirect channel of distribution or third channel of distribution. Here in this type of channel of distribution, the traditional or normal channel for the distribution of consumers goods. Generally under this type of channel, generally it is accepted by the producer where they has limited finance, means manufacturers cannot take the responsibility to supply their goods directly. Here under this type of channel of distribution, manufacturers hire the services of wholesalers, and with the support of wholesalers the manufacturers are sending their goods to the wholesalers. Wholesalers are taking responsibility to transfer goods to the retailers and then it is reaching to the consumers. Here in this type of chain of supply, the small retailers are widely scattered and even it is not possible for the manufacturer to supply directly to the retailer. So for those type of goods which are sold at very large scale, there the wholesaler services are taken. The next one is here manufacturer, agent, retailer and wholesaler. Manufacturer, agent, retailer and wholesaler. So here manufacturer are generally they are taking responsibility to supply the goods to the wholesalers, and manufacturer, agent, retailer and consumer. Manufacturer, agent, retailer and consumer. Here you have to see manufacturer, agent, retailer and consumer. So here what the manufacturer does, manufacturer hire its own agent, and these agents are either they are working on commission or they are providing their services to the manufacturers. So here when the manufacturers are hiring their services, then these agents are visiting to the market. Since agents are, they are expert persons, they have knowledge about the markets, so they explore or they search the market through which the goods can be easily sold. Under this manufacturer may employ the selling agents and through these selling agents or the brokers, they sell the products to the retailers, and sometimes even these retailers are bypassed and the agent sells directly to the institutional buyers or directly to the consumer cooperatives. The business firms, educational institutions, government agencies, departments, all these are the such type of organizations where directly the agents are visiting and bypassing the whole retailers, directly they are selling there, and even they are in contact of retailers, they collect order from these retailers, and through that even they are selling their products. Here consumers are buying the goods which are generally machinery and equipments etc. are coming here. In case of the industrial goods, the agents are directly they are visiting to the industries and they are selling there, and even each industrial user is in direct contact of the manufacturers through their agents. The goods are sold. So I think you are understanding here manufacturer, agent, retailer and consumer. Manufacturer directly it is hiring the services of selling agents. These selling agents are providing their services on behalf of manufacturers. They are visiting to the markets, they visit to the retailers, they collect orders and they supply goods to the retailers. Retailers in turn they are supplying to the consumers. But where the big consumers are there, they are these selling agents are bypassing to the retailers and directly they are reaching there and contacting to these consumers, big consumers like government departments are there, offices are there, educational institutions are there, the manufacturers are there, and they are directly they are supplying. And after that the next one is manufacturer, agent, wholesaler, retailer and consumers. So here these are the organizations where the manufacturer, agent, wholesaler and retailers through that to the consumers. Here this channel is our chain is the longest chain of distribution, and it is used where the manufacturer want to be fully relieved from the problem of distribution. Means manufacturers create a chain of distribution and systematically the goods tend to move through that chain of distribution. So manufacturer want to concentrate itself on manufacturing of the goods, and then manufacturer through its agents it makes a hold on the market, contact to the wholesalers, or these agents are even they are contacting to the wholesalers, or they are doing the business with the wholesalers on behalf of manufacturers, and then the wholesalers they supply goods in their area to the retailers, and retailers are finally supplying to the consumers. So this way this is the chain of distribution where the each wholesaler sells to the number of retailers, and who in turn they are selling to the ultimate consumers. So in case of cloth, this channel is widely used, and even for the sales of many other industrial products, okay, an industrial distributor is employed, and due to the storage facility provided by the industrial distributor, he is directly employed just to supply to the industrial users, and this channel results in a wider distribution of the goods. Means those manufacturers who want to fully depend on its chain of distribution and they want to make themselves relax from the work of distribution. So they are developing this channel of distribution. This is the longest chain of distribution. This way goods are supplied through these channels of distribution. Even These are known by other names like zero level or distribution, one level distribution, two level distribution, three level distributions. So these are also, these chains are known, and other way, you know, direct and indirect. So I have already explained you the this video about the direct and indirect channels of distribution. Now you have to see here the factors determining the choice of channels of distribution.